In the Bible, Genesis 13 opens up with Abram going back to where he started from, between Bethel and Hai, to the altar he had built previously and called on the name of the Lord. There was a dispute over grazing land for their grazing animals, and then Lot went to the plain of Jordan while Abram stayed in Canaan. God promises him all the land that he sees in every direction and his offspring forever in an unconditional covenant. Now, Abram finally ends up in Mamre in the area of Hebron, where he builds another altar. Chapter 14 begins with a rebellion of 5 kings against their 4 overlords. Now, the local kings of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboam, and Zoar were apparently tributaries of a coalition which consisted of Amraphel, king of Shinar, whose identity is discussed in the Catholic New Advent Encyclopedia as Hammurabi. So Hammurabi is an important figure in the ancient world because of the Code of Hammurabi. Now, historians are not unanimous in this identification, but do tell us that Hammurabi reigned for 43 years over Babylonia. After conquering his greatest enemies, building a great canal connecting Kish and the Persian Gulf for irrigation of a large area of land, and providing security and government to many tribes, his reign may have gone into a decline. He built temples and coddled the clergy while at the same time doing great public work such as a bridge crossing the Euphrates. But here, as part of this alliance, he attempts to subdue these vassal states. Now, Ussher's dating has this event occurring in 1912 BC. The events of this chapter bear reading, so I would think you might want to read Genesis chapter 14. One thing to note is that these petty Canaanite kingdoms are little more than cities, and their surrounding support areas ruled by kings, which are more like mayors in our way of thinking, or warlords. The area of Canaan was not one political entity, and they spent a great deal of time fighting each other, engaging in trade, and only banding together in an alliance when faced with an outside threat, and then only half-heartedly. Except under the nation of Israel and the European Crusader states, the area we call Palestine has never been a cohesive political unit all its own, but rather the fodder of conquerors who passed through the region and recognized it as a strategic point between great centers of trade, such as Tyre in Phoenicia and Egypt. Look at the map and understand that for navies that had to travel close to the land and be supported by and support an army marching along the coast, the area of Palestine, or Canaan, was very important. Next, I want to talk more about Canaan, what I found, and I hope that, if you like this video or you enjoyed it, please click like or subscribe or follow. Feel free to comment. I'd like to see what you have to say. Thank you.